Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Commentary's Magic Stream on today, Sunday, March 24th, 2024. I am, as always, Grand Pause. Big Cheese is on a trip right now.
Um, wow, I'm just messed that up completely. I'm Arcat, and
Ivory Starlight.
And y'all know the drill by now. It's almost con time. Very soon here.
so time to freak out and start building decks as of like 5 minutes ago? Okay, hold on.
Correct. Tell me when you're done.
I mean, for the one of them, I can't actually build it in like 30 seconds.
I was going to say, and we'll talk about why that is here in just a moment. But today is a special kind of con announcement, I guess, because it's not only the 10-year anniversary of the CCG, but it's technically the 10-year anniversary of the con. The con hasn't been running for 10 years, but, you know, it's 10 years since the start, so that counts, right?
I guess. BABSCon started in 2014.
Sure did.
That's crazy.
That's only
It's wild
7
to think
years.
about. Right, because it's still 2020.
Right.
March of 2020. And yet here we are with the 48-month or 48-month long year of 2020. Or the 4-year long month, depending on how you want to take it. Anyway,
As you
it's
do.
BABSCon. Yeah. It's BABSCon. We're running stuff. And as is our tradition, we are in our stream just before the convention itself. And so we're going to be talking about the decks that we are planning on playing, or could be playing, in any of the constructed events for this con. Why do we do this? Well, it's
Complicated.
It's complicated. Go ahead, Ara. Tell us why.
Oh, you're gonna make me read the thing.
You normally read the thing.
You read it last time.
I can read it this time if you want. Ivory, read the thing.
Nope, not happening.
Ivory doesn't want to read the thing. Read the thing, Ivory. You will certainly not regret reading the thing. Okay. So, before we get into what we're running, we're taking a moment to remind everyone why we're discussing this. To state the obvious, the four of us, three of us, someone, are players just like all of you, and though this is probably a bit selfish, we do like to play in events ourselves. Because, you know, this game. This is why we're organizing events, why we do what we can to help the game flourish. And we hope that you'll not all blame us for wanting to play the game, too. BTW just lost. You're welcome.
Nerd.
Playing in the events that we're organizing may seem like a conflict of interest, perhaps that we're planning on unloading some secret combo deck and wrecking the meta, or just want to win all the promos ourselves. And no, it's not. And this is why we tend to present our decks, to be transparent and give other players the chance to adapt just in case we do have something spicy. This may seem like boasting. Perhaps that we are so confident in our decks that we're revealing them a week beforehand, that we're secretly all trixies. And we're not.
Are we not?
I mean, Hithrock's not here. I refuse to... No.
It's fair.
So we're not. We're looking at these decks and agonizing and fretting over the little things that we could be doing. And, you know, to keep us from losing our marbles over this, we do allow ourselves 5 cards worth of difference. And just a few more cards due to, you know, sideboards. Anyway. We hope to be transparent about our goals and intentions and hope that you'll have fun playing along with us as well. I'm done with the meandering spiel.
You done? You want downsies?
No, I don't want downsies. I want chalky milk.
You want chalky milk? You want nuggies?
They want nuggies. Full tendies.
I think I have some coffee liqueur that kind of looks like chocolate milk.
That counts. That works.
We'll allow it.
This is also special, not just because it's the 10-year BABSCon, but also, or 10-year anniversary of the CCG, but also because we've got a brand new format that we've never run an in-person event for. And we're going to try it out for the first time by popular demand, and if it's a complete flop, then it's all of your faults because we literally put it up to a public opinion vote.
You could have had Nightmare format and you chose this instead. SMH.
I mean, I think it was Pauper was the other choice, but, whatever.
Pupper.
Just like you could have had Autumn Blaze's Couch as a troublemaker. I'm disappointed.
Yeah. But people have made their choices. So we have two tournaments rather, that are constructed format. The first one is Adventure and will serve as the main tournament for the convention. The second is going to be Harmony, what are you calling it? Neighlander, which is terrible because that doesn't even rhyme with Highlander. So, yeah. Horse noises.
Was that supposed to be a snort?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Like a whinny type thing. Whinny just... Yes, that thing. So, let's start with the main tournament.
Main tournament, you say? Alright. Explain your thisness. Actually, you don't need to explain your thisness. I know exactly what this is.
I was going to say, everyone knows what this is. Y'all know what this is. It's just Mill.
Fluttershy?
It's fun. It is not Fluttershy.
There is not a single Fluttershy in this
Yes, there is.
Oh wait, Singing Barrel has that's not really Fluttershy. That's a barrel.
I'll allow it.
In this list. Sunambulous here. That counts, right? Is Fluttershy present on I'm the Friend You Need? Can you see her from that particular image? I don't think so. There's a fair amount of rainbow here. Anyway, it's Mill. You've seen what it does. We've played it. We've talked about it. It's good. It's real good right now.
It's alright, I guess.
I don't know what else to say about it other than the fact that there are counters to it in Adventure, but it seems like the decks that could be running those counters have not popped up tremendously recently. And it is very nice to be able to play a deck, do all this crazy stuff on your turn, and then pass turn, put down your hand, and go stretch your legs while your opponent does whatever they want.
I have no reactions on your turn. Let me know when it's my turn again.
Right, exactly. What's better than one deck that plays Solitaire? A deck that, by virtue of playing Solitaire, also forces the opponent to play Solitaire.
Who's really the winner in this situation?
No one. No one wins.
We've moved on beyond fun as a zero-sum game to it's not fun unless everyone loses.
Something like that. Anyway, bring your 75-card Highlander decks, but make sure they're Adventure legal, and then just run them in this and see if it makes a difference. That's all I'll say about that. Blindfold's going to be a good friend for those of you who can afford to slot that in there, and otherwise try to keep stuff out of your discard pile, because if you don't, I'm going to, and I'm going to get value out of it, and I like that. And you probably shouldn't. I will also note, before Bugle or someone else jumps in here and is like, this problem deck can't possibly be correct. It's not including any copies of Foolish Argument. I thought about that, I looked at it, and I'd rather have these 5. So,
I think you've got a pretty good argument there, because these are honestly better for what your deck wants to do.
Yeah, probably so.
Can't really fault that.
I wish I had something spicier to say beyond all of that, but the deck has just been performing extremely well ever since I first gave it a shot in the Invitationals tournament, and it's only gotten more refined since then, and I've only gotten more comfortable playing it since then. So we're going to rip your deck apart, rip your hand apart, and then I'm going to turn all of your cards that you can't use into value for me, and
He's going to eat your things.
Yeah, I'm just a monster. I get it. I understand. I know what I'm about, son.
I mean, Twilight is a criminal mastermind, and now she's upping it to just eating other people's lunches.
Yep. All right. That's what I got. Who's next?
Let's see what Cheese is running.
Oh, look. Look at this list that Cheese is running.
I think he might be missing a few cards.
I don't know, but this is the most perfect deck I've ever seen. It has infinite potential.
Cheese will provide his list when he's able to.
It turns out being half a planet away makes it slightly challenging to attend streams.
Just make the planet smaller.
See, we tried that for a couple of years, but people didn't like that.
Well, do it again and tell people the planet will shrink until morality improves.
Amazing. Okay.
But we will do our best to get Cheese to share his list as soon as possible.
A list should appear at some point prior to the con. Anyway.
Shall we move on to an actual list?
You know what I don't like? I don't like other people having fun. I'm going to take your things. I'm going to steal your things. I'm going to dismiss your things. I'm going to draw the cards, and then I'm just going to generally be a pain in the butt.
Are you running blindfold in here?
Yes.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
See, I wasn't even thinking about Mill. I just left it alone because it's just like, look at all these annoying cards.
And Breakdown, too, to deal with all the AT generators? Gross.
I really want Chaos Magic Blast in this.
I know.
I took that out.
Why?
I have targeted removal. I don't need Chaos Magic Blast.
You like it over Rolling Tones? You'd rather pay the extra AT?
To know that I'm going to hit the right thing? Yeah.
Actually, you know what I'd rather see in this deck? I'd rather see some snack stands. You got a couple of pink friends.
Not a big fan of that thing, honestly.
No?
No. If it doesn't land fast enough, it's just not good.
That's a fair point. And a lot of the stuff here is relatively cheap as well, so it's not like you're spending a huge amount of AT to deal with it.
Yeah.
What do you have to retire opposing friends that you steal with Sonata Dust? Just belly flop? Okay, that's fine.
This is just belly flop. It's not terrible.
Get some pinkies back, draw some cards. Yeah, okay. Okay, sure. And we got Cadence, and you're getting flipped pretty early, and that's going to let you draw more cards, and then you're just going fast with pink, and...
Causing problems, yes. So it's... I don't remember when I ran this, but it's the same thing, just more toys, different main. And I have down, you's gonna be sleeping with the fishes if you keeps this up.
You've kept putting these Godfather references on Cadence, and every time they just get worse. I kind of love it, not gonna lie.
I don't know. Might feel cute. Switch to Silverstream, maybe. IDK.
It's fun. It's funny. I like it. I can dig it. Ivory, what you got?
I don't like this.
Yes, you do.
He secretly does. He talks all the time as soon as we get off stream about how much energy it takes to put up that facade of not liking Thorax, how Thorax is his favorite pony, and how he absolutely loves mono yellow aggro and just wishes there was more we could do for it.
You should be very glad that I don't have an omnidirectional mic, or you'd hear the noise from Thorax about to hit the floor.
I mean,
right.
I'm just gonna drop the dollar amount you spent on your thorax plush, and we'll see who really likes thorax.
It was not
That's fair.
actually. It was not actually that much.
We'll let the community decide.
Yeah.
This is monothorax. Did I change anything in this besides adding day shifts and anxious animals? Pretty sure I didn't.
So you got the anxious animals there. You got swing, distracted, bring out, lacking buckball. I mean, even then, that problem also looks completely fine to not run foolish. Like maybe you run foolish over distracted, but that's like it.
No, I actually prefer distracted.
That's fair. The rest of it makes sense. Bring out your best is actually going to be more attractive for you because it's going to be a 2 bonus wreck that's also boosting power, which is getting you closer to hitting that unity. So
I don't really even over swaying, even over foolish.
I mean, swang's a 3 bonus problem. Thorax wins face-offs.
He does, but foolish can also be a 3 bonus problem.
Ah, that's true. Foolish can also be a 3 bonus problem. But
You can confront swaying easier with thorax than with other mains.
I mean, yeah, but it's not necessarily about the playstyle, sure, but I legitimately think that might be a better idea here simply because of the agility. Like, okay, it's got a different ability on it, I guess, but
hot take, neglect low confront requirements on distracted and run 4 3 bonus problems in your deck in adventure.
I'll consider that and then promptly not do it.
Surely you will not regret flipping up another 3 bonus problem when it's your opponent's turn.
Surely.
Surely. Also, Animoy points out 15 events. Almost a third of your deck is events.
it's like yellow has good events or something.
It is like yellow has good events for now in adventure. We'll
Yeah,
see about that.
two of those events are sideboard choices.
Okay, wait, hold
I
on.
mean-
Is this actually a Gigabrain play here? You
Is what I-
have no prize wheel 3 cards?
No. Prize Wheel 3 didn't really do anything for Mono Yellow Thorax. Which is fine. It didn't really need help.
Like Thorax can absolutely make use of Flutter Swarm if he wanted to, but it's not doing aggro things. And if you're going to play Control Thorax, like, I applaud you. Go for it.
I mean, maybe Consolation Prize, but I don't feel like finding room for it, because...
Now, the
Consolation Prize is
Gigabrain
interesting.
the Gigabrain play here is because you don't have to print any proxies.
That is the Gigabrain play. It's true.
Yeah, that was 100% my motivation. Had nothing to do with the fact that most of this deck is already still built.
Wait, am I the only one who's running PW3 cards so far? I am.
Yep.
Terrible.
You goozled yourself.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm running plenty in the next list that we're going to talk about.
All right.
But yeah, Thorax does well. Thorax is fast. He's real quick.
I have no idea if he's any good in Adventure, but I guess we'll find out.
I'm sure he's fine. The problem deck gets better, so. All right. So, do you want to give us an intro to the next deck list format that we're talking about here, or do you want me to do that?
Winnie, nay, Winnie.
Stamp hoof once.
Stomp front hoof, yes. Randomly kick over the fence. Did we actually link the document for this? I think we did.
I don't know if we actually posted that. I know we have the event description. So anyway, Neighlander is 75 card draw decks exactly, with standard singleton rules, meaning you can only have one copy of each card in your deck, asterisk. And this applies to both your draw deck and your problem deck.
The problem deck is still 10 cards.
Right,
Yes.
problem deck is still 10 cards. But otherwise, that's it. So play one of... You can't play more than one of any given card within your deck. Again, asterisk. So consistency goes out the window, and you just try and do cool stuff. So what cool stuff are we doing?
You forgot one other important thing.
What's the one other important thing that I forgot?
There is one additional ban in this format.
Yes. Princess Twilight Sparkle, there's a spell for that, is banned in this format for obvious reasons.
I'm gonna draw 6 cards, and just, without thinking, show them to my opponent, flip my main over, and proceed on with life.
Correct. Otherwise, it follows the standard Harmony ban list. So this is our first chance to try something new. And for once, I'm actually kind of doing it. I'm not playing hyper-oppressive control. I'm not playing degenerate combo. I'm not just trying to run Burb in a different color scheme again. And I'm not trying the Reanimator shenanigans, because I tried that when we were running these decks in our Neighlander stream series, or recorded gameplay series a few months ago. And, oh boy, that one did not go well for me. Of course, those were also 100-card decks back in the day, but, you know.
Several months ago back in the day. Mm-hmm.
Correct. Look, every day I get older, okay? It's just a consequence of the passage of time.
Skill issue.
I wanted to try playing something with Yonabar, with Sandbar and Yona, because even though I haven't had the chance to play around with that main a whole lot recently, it is a really fun effect, especially for aggro decks. And I thought, well, heck, people seem to really enjoy Yonabar aggro when it was coming out, and Yonabar Farm as well. But I don't really just want to play mono white, especially because a lot of mono white cards that existed in Premier Block were built around control. And so I said, okay, well, what's a different color that supports white in aggro strategy? And I thought about blue. Blue is a good complement to white. You get some good blue-white aggro cards. Then you start looking at what those blue-white aggro cards are, and you end up with a bunch of accessories and resources. So here we are. It's a blue-white hat aggro. And you might say, but you're in Harmony. You could just play Rarity Dressmaker. Yeah, I sure could. And it would be worse than this, unfortunately.
I had to commit some CSS crimes to get all this on the screen at once.
Well, you did it anyway, so. There's not a whole lot of cards here that should be really that surprising to anyone who is familiar with what accessory-based aggro likes to do, right? You've got cards that are boosting power, you've got cards that score you points, you've got cheap, meaningful accessories that are granting you at least, 2 power for each one. There's just good stuff going on here. And then a little bit of disruption in your events, right? White can hard remove some stuff, which is nice to have. There's a couple of fun things in here, like being able to run 1 copy of Rarity Radiance means that you can tutor through a larger deck than you would normally have to find accessories, which is pretty fun. And given that you've got options like Crystal Mind Cage, that means your Crystal Mind Cage and Dressed Up, your accessories can be more than just aggro tools. You got a little bit of the most efficient blue aggro cards. You got some nice point acceleration options with Neighlander and with RTO. And of course, you've got the Wombo combo of Endless Generosity plus, some number of friends plus Outrageous Outfit. Is fun. Problem deck, again, also pretty straightforward. High bonus where it makes sense. Low confront requirements where it makes sense. 795 wing power is obviously fun for discounts if it comes up. And hey, I like playing Dig Deep as a fixer. Remember those? Remember fixer events? Remember Star Wars?
Ooh, I remember. Spoilers for the panel.
Yeah. Anyway, giving it a shot. We're going to see how it goes. Oh, also, What's Old is New again. I am absolutely playing almost every one of these cards from my discard pile. It's going to be great.
Go ahead, Nightmare Moon me, see what happens. Can't Nightmare Moon. Okay.
Now, I think I gave you enough leeway to justify what you're about to do because I kept saying asterisk.
So, we need to, again, look at Cheese's beautiful, flawless deck. So full of potential. Yes, of course, this is a bit. Alright, fine, I'm done with the bit. Alright, so, here's the thing. Here's the thing. There's a rule. One particular rule. It's one of my favorite rules. Also one of the worst rules.
This is card text trumps rules text.
104.1, the Infestation Station. I hope you like Puckwudgies. If you have any questions about the composition of this deck's draw deck, sideboard, hand, or discard pile, or banish pile, the answer is either Puckwudgie or many.
So, what's in your hand?
Puckwudgie.
What's in your discard pile?
Puckwudgie.
What are you going to draw next turn?
Puckwudgie.
How many points are you going to score this game?
Many. He covered that.
You could have at least put one of the troublemakers in there.
No, because that would actually make this significantly harder to run.
Please
That's
explain why this
talk.
is.
Okay.
Please explain why this is.
Okay. So, 10,000 cards is a stack approximately 14 feet tall.
Actually, we've covered this. You have to have 75 exactly. That doesn't let you break that rule.
So I didn't get to this point. If GP rains on my parade, I will resign to only effectively running 75 copies in my draw deck and pouting at replacement modifier speed.
You can pass. Sorry. Got to rain on that parade. But you can break the rule about only having one of any given card. That much is fine.
All right, fine. There. Big Sag.
There we go. Okay, anyway, please explain why you wanted to run an arbitrarily high number of Puckwudgies.
Because I can.
Okay, but what's the real reason?
Because I can. Somebody's got to do it.
No, he's not going to admit it, but the real reason is because he didn't want to find 75 individual cards legal in harmony.
I mean, that's also a little bit, but this is funny. I'm going to lose this terribly, and this is not about winning. This is about sending a message.
What's the message, and who are you sending it to?
Doesn't matter and doesn't matter.
Flawless logic. It's a wonder you haven't been crowned champion every single year. I approve. Ivory, do we have a bit more sanity coming from you?
Depends on your definition of sanity. This is hot wings.
Spread real thin.
This is hot wings.
Oh, I hate this thing. I hated playing against this thing. It's
It
a
has blue.
Go ahead.
It's what?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say it has blue, it has pink, it has the 4 cards that are required to be in hot, or 3 cards that are required to be in hot wings. To be hot wings, it's hot wings.
What are the 3 cards required?
Angel Wings, Spitfire, and the third one is debatable. This one I'm going with Soren, but I guess you could also make an argument that Belly Flop has to be there.
That's fair.
I appreciate the Sunset Festival.
I needed another card. Though I did forget one. I did forget the Color Fixer, but I might swap something out for that. I don't know. We'll see if I can bother finding it.
That's fair. Color Fixer will be nice. You have more point acceleration than I do. This makes me unhappy. You have more hard removal than I do. This makes me unhappy. You have cards that say dismiss on them. This makes everyone unhappy. I'm surprised Ara didn't just go to the logical extreme of, well, apart from not wanting to find 75 unique cards, find every pink card that says dismiss on it and just say, okay.
I built that. I believe I went 0-3 with it.
I thought I went 0-3. Didn't you beat me?
I don't think so.
I thought you did. Oh, well.
No. But anyway, Animoy gives several suggestions, which, fair. However, I don't actually want to bring 75 copies of this. There's just going to be, like, dice.
Right. You're going to bring a D75 instead. And then
Is Cherry Berry not in there? I don't know if Cherry Berry's in there. Cherry Berry should be in there if she's not. That'll be fixed.
Is she not? I guess she's not.
I might have linked the wrong list. It's okay. Cherry Berry will be in there. I just don't know where.
It'll be within 5 cards. It's fine. Cherry Berry's a good card. Speaking of Cherry Berry, Diamond found some cool stuff going on with Cherry Berry on her Card Shark.
Card Shark, yes.
Yeah. She got halfway to a combo. Spoilers. Anyway, that's Neighlander. Okay, so we got Neighlander and we got Adventure.
We got a panel.
And we got a panel.
I think
what's our panel about?
We also have several reminders for those of you coming to the con. In fact,
this is a brand new panel. 10 years in the making, in fact. It is relentless horse posting for like an hour. Because it's been a long, crazy ride, and many of you have been with us for almost that entire time. Or, if not with us, at least with the game.
The trials and tribulations of Cardboard Horse.
Correct. And there's no better way to celebrate than looking back at the 10 years of madness and everything that's transpired, and the highs and the lows and the incredibly silly moments, and going, what in Celestia's name are we doing with our lives?
I still haven't come up with an answer to that one ever since the Vapor Trail Memorial video.
Spoilers. You know that one's going to be there too. We can't not talk about that. But it'll be a good chance to look back on the life of the CCG and some notable moments from the time it released all the way through, what are we doing, end of Defenders?
I believe we are the break. There's a natural breakpoint right as core gets introduced.
So bring your funny stories, bring your plush action tokens, bring your banned cards and yell at us about why they're banned. And we'll have ourselves a good old time. What else should they bring to the con?
Okay. Let's see, I think the last con was Vancouver, but before that it was all the way back to Ciderfest.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. So this time we're in a slightly unique situation because Prize Wheel 3 just released, and it is not yet available in professionally printed form. Woodgazer's print run, of course, is currently ongoing. However, those cards basically will probably not even be in Woodgazer's hands by the time that Babs goes down. So if you are running Prize Wheel, spin 3 cards, supplement pack 6, whatever, you need to make proxies of those ahead of time or have a plan for how to get those. Because you will not have professionally printed cards, and we will not have professionally printed packages of those for sale at Babs. Timing is hard. So, yeah, just plan around that. Okay. So that's the unique thing. Now we're going to get into the boilerplate thing. So, 621, sleep, eat, with a fork.
I prefer to eat with a splade.
Whatever, at least silverware was involved. Maybe don't eat the undercooked hamburgers from the staff feed.
Oh boy.
And, of course, Febreze is not a shower. Secondarily, pale hydrate. Prevents headaches, nausea. And bring dice and spare sleeves. You're going to split a sleeve and then be sad, or you're going to need dice for who knows why, indicating the number of puck wedgies that you have in your deck, that sort of thing. Don't be sad. Just don't be sad.
Just don't be sad. Is only game why you have to be sad?
Something like that.
Anything else we want to remind people of? Oh, there is a cube draft as well. The cube will be there, if we didn't already mention that. But it's not a constructed event, so we don't have to talk about what decks we're playing. And it's orange-white.
I don't
Or
know.
blue.
Yellow looks
It's
pretty
better.
open. Yellow
was
looks
gonna say-
real open, in fact.
Oh my gosh, by third pack, seeing Antoine getting passed entirely around the table. Gross. Pack 3 last pick, Antoine. Disgusting.
I mean, yeah. Surely you will not regret 67 snakes.
Many snakes. Many snakes. We need the return of Snick deck now that there is actual Snick deck.
Unban Zippo and I'll make it happen.
That's gonna be a no
No.
from me, dog.
That's a big old no.
I loved playing that deck. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, many people have loved playing all types of things. Anyway, I think that will about wrap up our discussion on the topic for today. We would like to give a big shout out to all of our patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much for your regular support. If you aren't currently a patron and you enjoy what we do, please consider donating. Doing so does enable us to continue making content and lets you earn some great perks as a bonus. If you have comments or questions you'd like to send our way, feel free to reach out to us through Facebook, Twitter, or email. And if you're a patron, you can also chat live with us on Slack any day, anytime. Finally, if you're looking to watch any of our previous videos, including tournament recordings, you can find them on our YouTube channel, which is linked just below the stream. With all that said, thank you to each and every one of our viewers, both here now and watching this recording later. We are, as always, Commentary is Magic. I am, as always, Grand Pause. Big G's is MIA.
The blank spot on the shelf where the big cheese should be. I'm Arcat, and...
I'm Zaroth.
Who?
That's thorax backwards. It goes hard.
Who?
You know who.
You went where with who?